My name is Nonduduzo Adelaide Simelane. I am 33 years old. I am currently doing my second year PhD in plant sciences at the University of Pretoria. I grew up in Mpumalanga, in Schoemansdal. I grew up with my grandmother and my 6 siblings. My dad worked in the mines, so he was not there as often as we would have loved him to be. Well, I got exposed to agriculture at a very young age. So it was my grandmother and 6 siblings. So we grew up having maize fields. So where she would grow maize, sweet potatoes, beans. So we grew up going into the fields and weeding and stuff, and I liked it. I also liked plant pathology because I was always asking, so what are these worms on your fields and that, yeah. So I think that is where my love for agriculture started. Let's just say growing up, I could see that I didn't like being out in the fields, right? So when I got exposed to biology and a bit of genetics, that is when I knew that I want to do agriculture, but not the field work. Yeah, so that is where I then started looking into what other aspects of agriculture are there that do not involve going to the field. I went to high school in Mpumalanga, Mahlati High School, where I did science subjects and agriculture. So let's just say in my honors, I was funded by NRF, and it was not enough, so I struggled a bit financially. I heard about the Maize Trust, so it was advertised here at the university by the Department of Plant and Soil Sciences. So they sent out emails advertising the bursaries, and I also, in my lab, in my office, we also had a student who was funded by Maize Trust. So when we saw the advert, that is when I asked him how to do the application, how they treated him actually, because I mean he was already funded by the Maize Trust, and then he gave us a bit of information, and then I applied, and yeah, I got the bursary. So the Maize Trust funded me for my master's degree, which I began in 2019, and I graduated in 2021. So they helped me so much because I could focus on doing the work and not worry about financial stress. This also helped me because I am currently doing my PhD, because they enabled me to finish my master's, and that has helped me so much in growing as a scientist. My experience with the Maize Trust program has been a good one. Just from the time they accepted me, they were very clear in their communications. They told us what we needed, or the documents that they needed for them to process everything. They would remind us of when to submit our reports. That was, I think that every 3 months we had to submit reports, progress reports, that is. And then also they were very nice because they would actually send out emails trying to encourage us, trying to open a channel between them and the students, because I remember, I think the bursary administrator there was Laura. She would actually send us email that, guys, if you are struggling with anything, you are free to email me and we can talk things out and stuff. Yeah, I think another thing that I liked about them is one time they organized a symposium, so where all the Maize Trust funded students, we came together by the grain building there. We came together, presented our work to each other, and we also had a day where we met the industry stakeholders, like people from Bayer, Cotiva, Syngenta. So we met them, which was a good interaction with them, because we could tell them what we're doing, and they could I don't know, they seemed very interested in our projects, and it was a good networking event, and I like that so much about the Maize Trust, yes. My current studies are funded by the UP Bursary and the Oilseed Development Trust Fund. So what I'm doing is I am continuing through my master's work, where I am working on a weed, Amaranthus palmeri. So I am characterizing it, I am looking into its genomics, trying to see why it is resistant, because we have found for my master's, I have found that it was resistant to a few herbicides. So what I'm doing now is trying to look into its genomics, trying to figure out what makes it resistant and how we can learn from the genetics or the genomics to try and manage it better. For the future, I would love to work in the industry. I would like to work in the regulatory and scientific development field. So this is where we as scientists, we make reports on risk assessment, on safety efficacy, environmental safety efficacy, and human safety efficacy of pesticides, herbicides, or even new products that the industry players are introducing into a country. So to make sure that the product that a company wants to introduce into the agricultural sphere in a country gets properly regulated and is safe for the environment, for human consumption, and for biodiversity at large.